What's up, guys? It's Doug with G4 Outdoors, Bass, Bourbon, and Bucks podcast. Hey, we're going to jump on here tonight and tell you a little bit about ourselves and what we're going to be doing on this podcast. Kind of introduce ourselves. I'm Doug Rice, and my son Brandon Rice, and my grandson Colton Rice, and Dan Rice, aka Old Three Shot. So, what we want to talk to you about is we're going to try to touch base on a little bit of everything outdoors. We're going to look at hunting and fishing from the top to the bottom. We'll be hunting whitetails. We might be hunting squirrels. We're going to cover everything in the outdoors we can. All the fishing stuff, everything that's going on right now, and try to make it real and help you to understand better things that are going on in the outdoors and help you be more successful. So let's just start off by finding out how long Old Three Shot over here has been hunting. When did you start hunting, Old Three Shot?
Back when I was about 7, back in the country. I'm 90, 98, right, 89 right now. So that's been a few years.
About what year was it when you started deer hunting?
I started deer hunting about 1960.
Yeah. Was there many deer back in the 60s?
Could hardly find a track.
Yeah, I think that's about the time they started that stocking program in the late 50s, early 60s, and it was just getting going. So how long did it take you before you killed your first deer?
9 years.
9 years. Wow.
Took Colton about 9 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, but we ain't all as lucky as Colton, right? But yeah, he hunted back in the 60s, and I started off back in about, I don't know, I guess it was about 67 when I first started hunting. I've been hunting for a long time now. I'm 66 years old and been in the woods since I was probably 7, I guess it was, somewhere along in there, and saw my first deer on my first hunting trip. I saw 9 does, and it just kind of hooked me from that point on. And you know, I never looked back. I just kept going forward. And you know, every time I went, you know, I didn't see deer, but I got to be in God's great outdoors and enjoy it. And it's more about just being out there than it is shooting a deer. I mean, we all understand that. How about you, Brandon? When did you start up?
Probably, I was 6 years old, so probably 86. Started missing deer when I was 6 years old. Finally was able to kill my first one at 8, and that's pretty much the end of it. I've been hooked ever since. Now I've got Colton hunting with me. He killed his first deer at 7 years old. Nice 8-pointer. He kind of got spoiled right off the bat because he was able to hunt our Kentucky farm with us, and so he never had to sit there for several trips or several sits to connect on his first one. He kind of got spoiled. Wasn't really like that with us when we started out. So he's definitely hooked. I'd have to say he's got it about as bad as I do.
I think maybe he had some good guide service. What do you think? I mean,
maybe.
I'm thinking the leg work. We you know, somebody done the leg work for him. You know, he didn't have to do it leg work. He just had to sit in the driver's seat and wait.
Yeah, I didn't tell him I had that deer caged up over there for him, waiting on him when he got there.
Oh yeah,
I wanted to be real. So
yeah. Hey Colton, how was that first experience with that first buck you killed?
It was pretty, like, I'll always remember that moment for the rest of my life until I'm 6 feet deep. But that was just a great experience for me.
Yeah, it was for me too. I would probably say that I was more excited than him. I was shocked actually, because I mean, I knew he could shoot. We had been shooting and stuff like that, but you know, right. first hunt, first sit, basically first real good sit, and I mean, a buck come out like he was on a string, and he dropped him right there. When that buck hit the ground, I mean, I just grabbed him, and we both were like yelling. I mean, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. You couldn't have planned it out any better. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, we were all excited. It was good that we all got to be there for it. I'm too bad we couldn't all been sitting there together, but when he pulled the trigger, but we got to get the celebration after it was over with. It was a good time, and it made us all happy. It was kind of a proud moment there for us. We always like to see somebody else kill deer anyway. I mean, when we don't shoot them and somebody else does, we're just happy for them too.
Oh yeah,
more happy for our family when that happens. Just kind of goes full circle for us, and that's what it's all about. That's what G4 Outdoors is all about. We wanted to start this podcast. We called it Bass, Bourbon, and Bucks because we kind of go full gamut on everything. We do a lot of hunting, a lot of fishing. We just try to stay out in the outdoors. We stay active. We get out there and we work hard, hanging stands, doing a lot of work on the farm up there and trying to get things ready for the next season. And, we all do it together. And that's one good thing we can do it together and enjoy each other's company and make memories. And I don't know about you, Brandon, but I'm ready to make some more.
Yeah. We still got a few to make. And that's kind of how I started him is he would go up there with us, on our summer trips or whatever before the season. He probably went with us for 2 years before he actually hunted up there. So I kind of started him off with, we're putting in work. You got to go up there and sweat a little bit, put cameras out, food, check stands, things like that. So he did that for a couple of years before he actually got to sit and hunt. So I think that probably is going to make him appreciate it more. And he still goes with us, on all of our summer trips. I mean, we can't make a trip up there without him. So.
Right. Yeah. He kind of started his hunting career, I think, right here in Georgia, didn't he?
Yeah. I took him to the very first time I ever took him to the woods was,
3 years old.
Yeah, he was probably 3 or 4 years old. And it was over at Paulden Forest, public land over here. And it was just turkey hunting. Yeah. We didn't see anything, didn't plan on seeing anything, but he still remembers that to this day. So those kind of things, when you take a child out and spend some time with them in the outdoors, they can definitely leave a mark for sure.
Absolutely. You keeping people active in the woods, keep these kids active in the woods and the outdoors, keeps their mind off things that they shouldn't have it on. And there's so many distractions these days. You got to be careful out there. And, it's up to the parents to be parenting and it's up to us outdoors people to keep our family involved and try to keep the tradition going. And that's kind of what we're all about here. And, we got old 3-Shot over here. He started it all off for us and he's led us along, and we won't talk about all the big deer he's killed because it just makes us sick. We don't like to talk about it because it's like they just run over him out there. I don't know what it is, but I don't have that kind of luck. How about you, Brian?
Nah, he's missed more deer than I'll ever see. So
yeah, he's pretty wicked with that gun. They better not walk out in front of him. I know that. That memorable hunt he had, 2 years ago when he killed that big, was a typical 8, wasn't it? Or was it an 8?
It was a 9. I think it's a 9.
It's a 9, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Double throat patch buck. It was a big deer. He passed that deer up the year before. It was broke all to pieces. We sat there and I was sitting with him, and it was kind of hard to let him go. And he walked over in the CRP field and just bedded down beside us and just drove us crazy because he just laid there and let us look at him forever. And he was broke up pretty good, so we left him alone, and we had no idea if he's going to come back or not. He just, he showed up that next year, and lo and behold, I mean, it was a crazy story because there was a little spike out there. We called him a unicorn. He had a broke off horn. He had like one horn sticking up there. He had one antler sticking up. He was cocking a walk in that field. He was running everything out of that CRP field. He chased every doe that come in there. He was chasing off 4-pointers or 6-pointers like he owned the place. And he just walked out there, and there was a big scrape in the back of the field, and I don't know what he was thinking, but he went over there and he kind of worked that scrape a little bit, and horned around on it, nosing up on that licking branch down there, and he just laid down and bedded down in the middle of that food plot. I mean, in the middle of that scrape. And I turned and looked at Daddy, and I said, "Hey, he don't know, but I said, if that big buck walks in here, I said, he's gonna get up out of that scrape." And it didn't get out of my mouth good. and right around the corner comes that double throat patch buck, just walks out there. And before I had a chance to tell him, get on the deer, he done run that little spike out of there. And I mean, he bristled up and postured, showed out and got all mean looking, and run that spike out of there. And I was trying to tell him to get ready, and all I heard was boom. I mean, he done squeezed off. Next thing you know, he's flipped upside down, feet in the air. He's dead, laying right in the straight. I mean, it was crazy. I don't know. I mean, that's the kind of luck he has, though.
Yeah.
He's
Good
taking
time.
Oh yeah, good time.
Sure.
Good time. I got to sit there and share that one. That was a good one. But
yeah, we've definitely had a lot of good times. I mean, even starting back when I was a kid. I mean, when I was first started hunting. I mean, obviously we weren't in a great place to see big deer, so you just pretty much shot anything that you saw. I mean, if you didn't shoot it, then you probably wouldn't see nothing else. And then we've transitioned to a better piece of property and stuff like that, and we've been able to be more selective on what we're shooting and stuff like that, to try to manage as much as we can. You can only manage so much in the wild like that. A lot of people, want to talk about deer management and cull bucks and things like that, but when you're out in the wild on pieces of property, you got 400 or 500 acres, you got people over here that's got a 400 or 500 acre tract, this and that. Unless everybody's on the same page, you're wasting your time trying to manage it. You just need to do what you need to do, concentrate, and shoot the deer that makes you happy. I mean, I kind of had to catch myself this year a little bit with him, because I'm trying to get him on a better buck than what he's killed before. But I kind of had to take a step back and realize, hey, he's still just a kid. He just wants to shoot deer, and get out there and hunt. So we did that. We killed some does, and he missed another doe. We did have opportunity at a really good buck this past season, but just couldn't close the deal. It's one of those things, it happens like that sometimes.
Oh yeah, it happens like that for sure. And I mean, this past year, I mean, I didn't shoot one. I mean, I had a great time, but I didn't shoot one. But I mean, we don't always go up there and shoot one. I mean, and to each his own. I mean, the trophies. I mean, we got used to hunting here in Georgia. Had a hunting club for about 30 years here, and the deer, your average deer here are probably 110 inches, maybe.
Yeah, it's what we call a Georgia 8-pointer. I mean,
yeah, you see a 130-inch buck, it's a trophy.
Yeah,
I mean, you just don't see that often here. I mean, there's some pieces of select property that got some big bucks on them. Don't get me wrong, here in the state, but for the most part, they're having to eat pine needles. I mean, most of the hardwoods are gone unless you've got a private piece of property, because it's mostly paper company land that you're leasing. Yeah, and you get what you get. I mean, you plant food plots and you do what you can, but they're only going to grow so big, and I think the genetics aren't there either. So I mean, we can just try to do the best we can. We was in Georgia, we just did what we could. We what we could. And, we hunted a lot of years. I know I was hungry for one, and we always kept you drive going, and we always went, and we probably hunted more in Georgia than we ever did where we're at now, which we're in Western Kentucky now, and we've been there for about 18 years now. It's a big change, and it's hard to sit in the stand. I mean, I know you can attest to that, Brandon. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I remember going. I mean, we go every weekend, and I mean, most weekends we just didn't even see any deer. You go every weekend during a season, on top of costing you money and gas and this and that, going back and forth. I mean, you're going there and basically just looking at empty woods, and I think it kind of makes you appreciate, once you get to a place that's got some better deer and things like that, you kind of learn to appreciate where you came from, and that's something that we're going to express here is, whatever your purpose is for hunting, don't forget how you got started, because somebody probably taught you, whether it was your dad, your uncle, a buddy, a cousin, whatever. Somebody taught you how to hunt. They took the time out of their day, their life, or whatever, to take you and teach you something, and you should always appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, you also have to think about where you're hunting and what state you're hunting in. I mean, you have to um, get your mindset to hunt the deer, the quality of deer that you have in your particular area. I mean,
Yeah.
if a 130-inch buck is a big deer on your property, then by all means, if it trips your trigger and that's what you want, I mean, we're hunters. I mean, that's what we want to do. Shoot it. I mean, if that's what makes you happy, that's what deer hunting's all about. I mean, nothing says you got to sit in a stand. I mean, trophy hunt and pass up a 130-inch buck and just let it walk on by. You might not never see another one like that again. It's not always about the trophy. The trophy's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
I mean, I've shot some little bitty deer in my life, but I still remember it. I mean, back in the day, I remember shooting them, and I'm just as tickled with those as I am some of those big ones I've killed. Even though it's just my choice to just sit there and watch them, and just if I see one I want to shoot, I'll shoot it.
Yeah. You can get caught up. I'm guilty of it. I mean, you get caught up in watching all these hunting videos and these guys that have, multiple properties in multiple states, and they're hunting these big deer. They're letting 150-inch deer walk, and I don't think I'll ever get to a point where I'll let 150-inch deer walk. I'm not that picky with the hunting. I'm there for the experience. I don't have to break any records, stuff like that. But don't get caught up, watching these hunting shows and things like that with these guys. It's just no comparison. And I respect all of them. And they're, you're only seeing, 20, 30-minute video clips of their hunts or whatever, but they're still putting in the time. It's a grind. I mean, they're sitting there for days looking at empty woods. They fight bad weather, they fight all kind of stuff. So it's really no different than just the everyday hunter. I mean, they just get to do it more. That's it.
That's right. Yeah, they're out there putting their hours in, and people don't realize how much they had to edit that film to make that 25-minute show they've got going on there where they killed a big deer, and you don't know how many days they put in before they shot that big deer.
Yeah.
And they always say to shoot big deer, you got to be where big deer live. And I mean, that's the truth. It's true.
It is true.
No more true. It was really true to us after we left Georgia and went to Kentucky, because it's just a different caliber of deer up there. I mean, when you're passing up a 130-inch buck up there, like you pass a spike here, I mean, you don't even pick the rifle up. I mean, and it's
you could walk. I could dump you off on that farm blindfolded and tell you to walk for 10 minutes and stop and sit down, and you could probably kill a 130-inch buck.
Oh yeah,
that's how easy it is compared to what we were used to. I mean, you could go anywhere on the piece of property that we hunt and kill a deer and kill a buck. I mean, it's just
right.
It's crazy to think of it like that. When you come from basically nothing as far as hunting goes. I mean, you're just out there hanging out and hoping you see a deer, and then hell, now we're watching deer. I mean, we watched countless deer this season, and I really feel like he learned a lot. Doing that too, watching what the deer do, how they react to certain things, where they're coming from, and stuff like that. A really good learning experience from him, and I saw that in him this year. So I was really proud of him for sitting back and actually, even though he's been hunting for 5 or 6 years now, he's finally old enough where he can kind of comprehend the patterns that they're doing, how they react to certain things, stuff like that. So I really saw him soaking all that in this year. So it's only going to get better from here on out.
That's a great way to learn about deer. Watch them.
Yeah,
I mean, just watch what they do, watch how they act, and in certain situations, and their body language, and man, you can learn a lot from watching deer. I mean, just sitting and watching them, and it's enjoyable too. I mean, you don't really realize you're learning, but you're just sitting there taking it all in, but you are picking up some intel on those deer. I mean, but that's kind of where we're going to go with this podcast. We're just going to we're going to have some guests on here, some interesting guests. I mean, we plan on having some real interesting guests on here. You can interact with us. We want you to get in here and like us and subscribe to the channel and get on here and chat with us, ask your questions, give your comments. I mean, we welcome all that stuff, and we'll interact with you, and the guests we have will too, and we'll try to answer your questions. If we can't, we'll try to find you the answer. We'll give you all the information we can give you, and we're also going to do a little bit of on the fishing too. It's not going to just be hunting. We're going to start talking about some turkey hunting, because turkey season is coming up here fast, and I know we like to shoot them turkeys in the face.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's already been asking me when's turkey season start.
Oh yeah, it's coming
Yeah,
fast.
about July or August, he's going to be wanting to know when we're going to Kentucky to deer hunt.
Yeah, I know it's just a never-ending cycle, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Created a monster.
But we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna talk fishing too. We're gonna talk. I fish a lot on Altoona, West Point, Lanier, and Wedowee in Alabama, Altoona. Fish all those lakes around here on these Highland Reservoir lakes, and kind of follow what's going on. I keep up with a lot of what they're biting. Where they're at in the lake location, the water temperature, where you can catch them, whether you can catch them up close to the bank or out in 15 foot of water or 7 foot of water, 10 foot of water. We'll try to help you out with that too. And we'll go over that. We'll have some guests on here talking about some fishing too. And, we'll touch on a lot of stuff when it comes to hunting and fishing. I think old Three Shots got a fishing story he did back in the day, back years ago. How was y'all fishing back years ago with that phone?
Wind up telephone.
Wind up telephone.
Old time telephone. We shocked them up.
Yeah. What's about the story? You told us about a story. What was that?
We went off down in a big creek, catfishing, trying to shock up some catfish and using that telephone, and looked up to see the game warden standing up there on the bank. He looked down there at us. He said, "Boy, what y'all doing?" I looked up at him. I said, "We're calling New York." He said, "You better get it fast. It's a big fee." That's the kind of the way that went. We kind of got on out on the other side, went on about our business, and left him over there.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds kind of illegal.
It was illegal back then. We didn't do this illegal stuff.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be doing any of that. I don't think you see any of them crank telephones anymore. I've heard the stories about those things. I don't think I've ever had my hands on one.
Yeah, I had never. That's probably before my time, I would imagine.
Yeah,
I have heard it. I have heard it for sure.
Yeah, I've heard of it before too, and it's they said it was pretty effective. I wouldn't know, and
Yeah.
But I guess years ago when you had to eat, I guess you had to do what you had to do. But
yeah.
I guess that's what they did. But
sound like an easy way to get a stringer full of catfish.
yeah. Colton, I think Colton might be ready to do a little crappie fishing this spring too, huh?
Yeah, we were talking about it. We were going to try to go this weekend, but I don't think the weather's going to be good. Ronnie's going to be gone. So I'll give it another week or two, and then we're going to try to get down to Wedowee and get on some crappie.
Get in there and try to find.
We got some cold weather coming back again Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, this warm stuff's not going to hold. I mean, it's warm right now, but it's going to start cooling back off at night again. But it won't be long. I'm going to tell you right now, it won't be long.
I'd say a couple of weeks or so.
Weeks.
Probably get out there and do some trolling.
Oh yeah, it warms up good. We'll turn them crappie on. We ought to catch a boatload. Looking forward to that. But we just want to talk to everybody about getting on here and joining us and enjoying what we enjoy, and like and subscribe to the channel and get to the channel and join us every Wednesday night live. We're going to go live. This is recorded here now, but we're gonna go live at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday night. You might get me, you might get old Three Shot, you might get all of us. It'll be off and on, and I'll have a guest on here, and it might be me and a guest. It just depends on what we got going on, but we'll always keep something going to talk about and carry on a good conversation. So with that, I think we're going to just hop off here, and we look forward to seeing you guys on the channel. Remember that 8:00 Wednesday night Eastern Standard Time.
And we'll drop a date, a for sure date on our Facebook page and stuff like that to let you know when we get started. But we plan on doing all of our shows live. So, and it's this, like he said, you might get me, you might get him, you might get all of us. I mean, we're just regular guys. We got families, full-time jobs, and things like that. And we're gonna push that also. We want to connect with just the regular hunters. We want to make sure that you're seen, you're heard, and you're not alone with all these struggles that you're having when you're seeing everybody killing big deer and you're wondering why it's not you. Like we hear you. We want to help you out, help you be better in the woods and on the water and stuff like that. So hopefully some of our stories and our experiences can help everybody out.
All right. With that, we're going to end this podcast, and G4